What's up, this is Chris from ElectroFame. So today I want to introduce to you one of the most powerful smartphone available on the Chinese market at this time. So the OnePlus One. So this is a new brand available on the market since a couple of weeks basically. So this is a high-grade smartphone. There are two versions available right now. There is a 16 GB of internal memory or the 64 GB of internal memory. For just quick specifications on the go, just to give you a taste of it. So this is a 3 GB of RAM, Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 and Android 4.3 Adreno 330 for the graphic processor, and the 4G LTE available on it. So very quick specifications. We'll get through everything very soon. So basically you only have two packages. So a little box here on the side. So here we can have a look. So this is, as you see, the charger basically. So if we open it, so this is just like a basic charger, so designed by OnePlus. USB charger, okay. So then we have to open the box. So here we go. So this is the this is the OnePlus One. So here on the top. So we will get through it very soon, and otherwise, and that we have actually few items. So the first one is a USB micro USB cable. So with this, okay, and also one pin to take off your SIM card. We'll show you. And the last item is actually a little pocket inside, and what we have is actually the warranty cards and the usual manual, okay? So all in Chinese, so if you have any trouble, we'll help you sort it out, okay? So this is it basically for the box itself. And this is the smartphone. So for the people who don't know, actually at this time, so you have two versions available. So you have the Chinese version and the global version, and so this is obviously the Chinese version, and we succeeded to install the Playstore on it, so you don't have to worry about anything. However, at this time only English and Chinese are available for this smartphone. So that was just to make it clear from the beginning. So to describe this smartphone and the shape design, so this is a 5.5 inches IPS screen, LTPS, so a resolution of 1920 by 1080 and 400 dpi for the resolution, of course full HD. Yeah? So let's have a look first, on the side. So here, as I said, so we can try to use the pin. This is for the SIM card. Okay, very easy to remove. On the side in here we have the volume button. On the bottom, stereo speakers, two speakers, one microphone and the micro USB. And on the side here we have the power button, and on the top the 3.5mm jack and the microphone, okay? On the back we have the 13 megapixels camera with double flash and autofocus, of course, and in the front we have the camera of 5 megapixels on the front, and the sensors and the speaker, okay? And on the bottom, so we can take that off in order for you to really see how it is. So, and on the bottom we have actually the settings, home and back button. So this is what we get basically with this phone. So we can see here, okay. So now what I propose to you is actually to turn it on and get started then. So we can turn it on. So to talk about it quite a lot before, because there's actually a lot of things to say about this phone. And so we have actually 3 microphones for noise cancelling. So you have one in here, okay? You have one in here, and we have one in here. So all of them together, you know, allow you to have noise cancelling. The battery inside is a 3100 mAh battery, which is quite huge for such a phone. And however, it's sealed, so you cannot take it out, and so you have to deal with that. Okay. Same for the SD cards. You have no slot for SD cards, only for the SIM card, and so you have to deal with 16 gigabytes or 64 gigabytes. Okay, so basically, and the last point I want to say before going any further, so the dimensions of the phone are actually 152.9 millimeters by 75.9 millimeters, and with a thickness of 8.9 millimeters. Okay. And the whole phone is 162 grams, which is actually quite honest regarding all the performances and the shape of this phone. So this is it basically. So this is what we get. So we can have a look. So this is a special version of Android. So it's Android 4.3 at this time. It might have an upgrade to Android 4.4, of course, you know, but this is the Color OS, which is a special version of Android. Okay. So first of all, let's have a look at the toggles just to show you how it is compared to other stuff. So we have the Bluetooth, synchronization, lock now, NFC. So you have NFC enabled on it. You can use it as a hotspot, airplane mode, power saving, no disturb mode, GPS, Wi-Fi, data, ring, and all the processes, and screen rotation too, if you want to activate or not. And here you can see that the brightness will be set up to the maximum for this review as usual. So let's go right away to the settings, I think, in order to really see what's going on. So we have 3 tabs on the top, and the first one is General tab. So here we have the Wi-Fi, the mobile networks, Bluetooth. Inside we have the airplane mode, data monitor, VPN. You can use it as a personal hotspot for Bluetooth. So here we have the NFC. Okay. Then we have the Wi-Fi direct and the Wi-Fi display. Okay, if you want to project your screen on big television, for example. Security settings. So here you can set up the pattern or the way of locking your screen. There's guest mode, application encryption. So you can encrypt some application, no disturb modes. So here you can see. So when no disturb mode is enabled, calls and notifications that is not from the white list will be muted automatically if the screen is off. Okay. So just if you really want to stay quiet, you can put some numbers in this white list. Okay. Notification center. So you can decide which application have to notice you. Virus detection. So you have an antivirus on it. And here you have other stuff like, you know, install from unknown sources, for example, and install from USB storage, for example. So we have the location access, of course, for the GPS, account and synchronization. So here you can see we have a Google account on it. User center. So if we go on it, we have to use actually to add an account. Okay. For the storage. So here we can see, you know, total 64 gigabytes, available 50 gigabytes. We've been taking up some space, you know, for some applications. So you might be able to get maybe like around 52, 53, maybe if you're lucky 55, I don't know, gigabytes available when you get the phone. For the gesture and motions, We have quite a lot actually. This is pre-complete. So you have the custom gestures here. So you can actually draw some patterns on the screen. It will open some functions like the camera or the flashlight. You can create new ones in here, as you can see. The black screen gesture. So this is what we call nowadays the intelligent wake up. So you just set up whatever you want, and when the screen is off, you just draw it on it, and it will launch whatever you want. Okay. So we can try it. For example, here you see circle launch the camera. You see, up, it's launching right away the camera. Okay. So this is pretty useful. So we can go back. You can customize your air gestures, okay? So you can add applications, you can edit it. So for example, if we go to the color launcher and we edit it, so basically you can select, take it off, and add new ones, okay? So telephone in motion. So you can, for example, flip to mute, easy dial, easy answer calls. So here you see what is going on. Okay, and hand-free switch, for example. So as you see, this. So we have the multi-touch start camera in arbitrary interface. More refers to pulling together the start camera. And we have the system motion to prevent misoperations, for example. The 3-finger screenshots, double finger volume control, and the double tap to lock. So as you see, there is a lot to do with this phone and a lot to customize. So you will have to spend quite a bunch of time at the beginning if you really want to take fully control of this phone. The battery, I already told you, this is a 3100 mAh battery. Okay. Language and inputs, as I told you, at this time only English and Chinese are available. However, we will put an update on this video as soon as more languages are available, and if we succeed to actually install a new ROM, for example, on it. Otherwise, we will put a link to the multi-language ROM right away on this video on our website. So now we can come back. So here you can see you can make a factory data reset, accessibility, timing, power on and off, and developer options as usual with USB debugging and all these kind of settings. About the phone here, just to show you, so this is actually Color OS, okay, for the people who don't know this OS. So Android version, Android 4.3, okay. So here we have like few specifications on the go. As you can see, this is a quad-core processor, 2.5 GHz, so Qualcomm Snapdragon 801, 3 GB of RAM, which is quite impressive, and 64 GB of internal memory. So that's it for the general tab. For the sound, just a bit different, but it's kind of the same at the same time. So you can just set up your ringtones, the different sounds for what you want, for example, and for the notifications, basically. So nothing very special on this side. And on the display tab, so you can set up the brightness, of course, all about the wallpapers, and the screen lock tab, for example. So you can choose actually quite a lot with Color OS, so different stuff without any problem at all. So you can download and change it very easily. Okay. So, and otherwise, so you can enable the auto rotate screen or not, the battery percentage, for example, here. And for the system, so easy light here. When the screen is off, LED will light up if you've got missed calls, unread messages, or notifications. So basically, this is a LED notification, so you can set up and customize it as well. Okay. So the key lights. So you can set up on, off, or 6S, okay? Interactive screensaver. So you can actually customize it and put whatever you want and choose when to start, okay? The font of the whole phone if you want, and the holiday wallpapers if you want to use like festival wallpapers, for example. So basically this is it for or the whole settings inside of the phone, which is quite impressive. So you will have to spend quite a bunch of time if you really want to customize, to fully customize your phone. So otherwise, here on the home page, so you can have access to actually a lot of themes. So you can change completely your whole phone and personalize everything. You can set up a live paper, for example, that you can download online too if you want. So there is a lot to do for sure, and the database is very huge, so you will have nothing to worry about. So otherwise, here you can see music browser as usual. Here you can put some widgets as you want, for sure. Security settings, so it sounds like actually OnePlus wanted to focus quite a bunch on security. So you have a virus detection, data saving, power management if you really want to save your power as much as you want, the guest mode if for example you want to hide some stuff to some people, or if you want to give away your phone just for maybe an afternoon or some hours, but you don't want people to sneak around inside of your information. Otherwise, the no disturb mode if you really want to be quiet and to work hard on something and not be disturbed. Data monitor, information security, and anti-harassment as well. So it's a big focus on security this time on this phone. And otherwise, what else we have? We have so the calendar as usual, the clock, weather, the notes, file manager, voice assistant as usual. Okay, so we have the browser, email, the camera, of course, messages, contact settings. Otherwise, so we have a cloud service available with OnePlus, the system updates, which is working very well. We already made one just like a week ago. For the tools, you can use calculator, the flashlight, sound recorder, compass, service direction, and backup restoration. Security settings I already showed you before. Otherwise, you have some other applications. So the Google Plus, of course, and the Gmail, because we have the Google account on it, and the OnePlus Tune if you want some music. So this is it basically for the whole phone, for the settings and the applications. So now actually let's have a look really at the specifications inside. This is actually what is very interesting. So here this is AnTuTu benchmark. So we already did the test for you, and we got a score of 35,951. If you want just to know what's going on and how powerful it is, I can show you the ranking and compare it to the Samsung Galaxy S5, for example. So you can see that basically the OnePlus One is actually more powerful than the Samsung Galaxy S5. From around 1,000 more, and so you can compare here, know what is going on. So even the RAM speed is better, the graphics are much more better, and the storage, and so a lot of good points on this phone. So you will get a high grade quality phone with OnePlus. So the device info, let's understand better what's going on. So here we see that we have Android 4.3, I just told you before. Qualcomm Snapdragon 801, okay. Adreno 330 for the graphic GPU. Resolution of 1920 by 1080. So the back camera is actually 13.1 megapixels. I will go back to the back camera later on, because there is quite a bunch of things to do and to say about. No root access, we will take it later. So 3 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of RAM on this version. So quad-core processor clocked at 2.5 gigahertz. So here we have 5.5 inches IPS screen. Here's a say 480 dpi. However, OnePlus was saying 401 dpi. So leave it or take it, but I think it's just only 400. It's already very good. So we see that here, you know, this is why you have quite a bunch of things to say for the camera. So here it says like we can actually record in 4K, and we have an aperture of 2.0, and it's actually an Exmor RS CMOS sensor. So I'll show you the camera in a short time, just to show you what's going on. So we have of course Bluetooth, NFC, Wi-Fi, GPS all supported, and for the sensors we have quite a bunch, but not all of them. So basically, as usual, temperature, pressure, ambient temperature, and relative humidity are not supported. Okay, so you see that the specifications are quite good. So now we can have a look actually at the root access. So if you verify the root, so here you have confirmation that actually this device doesn't have proper root access. So if you want to install another version of Android on it, you will first have to root the phone. Otherwise, what I want to show you is the GPS test. So to show you how powerful it is. Okay, so here we go. So you see that I am in the house, so this is why it took a bit of time, and that was the first time we were launching it. But as you see, even though we have a lot of walls around us, it doesn't matter so much, and it's working very well. And it's decreasing quite fast. So we got around about 30 meters accuracy inside of the house, which is very good. So let's come back now, and now what I want to show you is actually the camera, as I just said before. So let's take a picture first too at the same time. So we can take a quick picture of, for example, this little pin from OnePlus. Okay. So we can take off even the flash. Okay. So before looking at the pictures, so here I want to show you a few settings. So you have on-off auto diffused flash for the flash basically. So otherwise on the settings, here you see that you have different modes. Even for the video mode, this is quite interesting. So you can record in 4K, in Full HD, in HDR, for example, in slow motion as well. So we have been trying all these modes and it's working very well. And otherwise, so you can set up the white balance, the screen, the scene mode, and the resolution as well. So you can go until up to 13 megapixels. Okay. So now let's have a look at the picture we took. So this was with flash. So we see that. Oh, sorry. So we see that the details are very nice on it. Okay. So that was just to show you this particularity of, for example, recording 4K and in slow motion, which is like quite fun and very nice. So this was for the camera. So now what I want to show is actually a video on it. So for that, we can just go to the file manager, and we go. So we have a GoPro video that we can read. So we turn up the sound. and let's see what's going on. So just to repeat, this is a full HD screen. We do have a 1920 by 1080 for the resolution, IPS LTPS 5.5 inches. Okay. So basically, it makes it very nice to watch movies for sure. And it's also a Corning Gorilla Glass 3, so very resistant if something happens to the phone, for example. So you can check the angles. So the sound is very well balanced. No problem at all. And it's very powerful, so you will enjoy a lot. You can see they made an effort for sure for the speakers. And the good particularity is like 2 speakers, which is not very often on the smartphones, especially from China. Okay. So as you see, the sound and the quality of the screen is very nice, and you will enjoy watching movies definitely on the smartphone. That's for sure. So now let's have a try actually the graphic performances. So for that, we have been downloading Asphalt 8, which is a racing game available on the Playstore for free. And let's see how it goes on it. So of course, due to the Snapdragon 800 and the Adreno 330, playing games on this device is a piece of cake, kind of. And as well, because we have 3 gigabytes of RAM, that makes the experience even better. Okay. So playing the latest games on the smartphone will be no problem at all, for sure. Alright, so we can come back. That was just to show you what's going on. So then you can see that there is no problem. You will be able to play for sure the latest games available because of this huge processor, which is very powerful, and this good graphic processor, of course, and 3 gigabytes of RAM, which makes the experience very smooth with no problem at all. So basically that's it for the OnePlus One. So let's make a very quick summary about it, because there is a lot of things to say about. And so this is really high-grade smartphone, one of the most powerful available right now. And we have Android 4.3 Color OS on it, so Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 clock 2.5 GHz, Adreno 330 graphic processor, 3 GB of RAM, 64 GB of ROM, 5.5 inches IPS screen, Full HD, so with a resolution of 1920 by 1080, 2 cameras, one of the front 5 megapixels, one of the back is 13 megapixels with 4K recording, slow motion aperture f2.0 and a sensor Exmor RS CMOS on it. We have 3 microphones for noise cancelling, okay, stereo speakers, OTG, NFC, and a battery of 3100 mAh, which makes the package very nice. And this phone is 4G LTE. So what else can we ask? Not much. It's already very complete, and we have a lot of gestures, intelligent wake up, and a lot of customizations available on this phone. So this is what you get with the OnePlus One. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below this video and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, if you want to purchase this smartphone, you can have a look at our website at www.electrofame.com, or you can even click on the top left corner of this video and we'll redirect you right away to our website. And otherwise, until then, I hope you enjoy it, and see you later for the next review then. Bye bye!